There was a time when people feared the king. Now, the king fears the people. And in that reversal, the kingdom fell. We call it progress. We celebrate it as freedom. But what if? What if we have misunderstood the meaning of freedom? What if, in our desperate need to be free, we became lost? This is not a hate speech. This is a wake-up call. Before democracy, before voting booths and manifestos, there were thrones. From the pharaohs of Egypt, the queen emperors of China, to the mighty Mauryas of India, the world bent to the will of one ruler. One voice, one vision, one decision. And yes, it wasn't always just, but it was fast, it was clear, it was sharp. Monarchs weren't perfect, but they knew this. A kingdom without discipline is a corpse pretending to live. There were palaces, yes, but there were also punishments. There was law, there was fear, there was order. Then came revolutions. France, America, Greece, Rome. The people rose, torches in one hand, hope in other. No more kings, they cried. No more crowns, no more thrones. Let the people rule. And thus, democracy was born. It was new, it was wild, it was revolutionary. The world watched as the first people's governments were formed. Freedom flowed like wine. Constitutions were signed like holy scriptures. For the first time in history, the king was everyone. But democracy has a hidden flaw. The system assumed the people were wise. But people are not always wise. They are emotional, easily influenced, easily bought. Democracy trusted the collective, but 1,000 blind men still cannot see. It gave every man a vote, but not every man a vision. It gave everyone a voice, but not everyone speaks the truth. Democracy gave us the power to choose, but never taught us how to choose. Slowly, what began as governance became a circus. Politicians became performers, leaders became influencers, parliaments became stages, and the people, they became spectators. We vote not for values, but for entertainment. We follow not the wise, but the loud. Our choices are sold us like cola ads, flashy, sugary, and deadly. Democracy was supposed to be the rule of reason. It became the rule of the mob. Look around. Corruption is no longer a shock. It's a given. Criminals wear suits. Liars win elections. Our leaders are selected not because they are wise, but because they are popular. Justice delayed. Law twisted. Culture diluted. Truth mocked. Students disrespect teachers. Celebrities become gods. Debates become outrage. And the truth becomes hate speech. Democracy has become a weak god, pleasing everyone, punishing none. We shouted for freedom. We got chaos. We shouted for rights. We forgot responsibilities. Now the youth are confused. The poor are ignored. The middle class is taxed. And the rich, they buy the votes and rule from behind the curtain. This is not democracy. This is soft slavery, dressed as liberty. There comes a time in every civilization when the people are no longer victims, they are the disease. When the crowd forgets discipline, when the masses demand without earning, when truth is sacrificed for convenience. It's not democracy that saves, it's strength. The solution, not another election, not another campaign, but a ruthless, righteous, revolutionary leader. Let's be clear. We do not need a tyrant. We do not need a monster. We need a visionary with iron in his spine. A just dictator, one who cannot be bought, cannot be bent, and cannot be blinded. A dictator who builds, not breaks, who punishes the corrupt, even if it costs votes, who enforces discipline, even if it offends the loud. One who fears only one thing, the fall of the nation. Look at Singapore under Lee Kuan Yew, a nation from swamp to skyscraper under a strong hand. Look at China's economic miracle, not born from votes but from strategy. Even Napoleon, even with flaws, brought unity to a fractured France. Strength with wisdom built empires. Democracy alone built bureaucracy. Power is fire. In a dictator's hand, it can either light a nation or burn it to ash. We must not romanticize dictatorship blindly. Many nations fell to the evil under the mask of order. From Hitler's Germany to Stalin's Russia, we have seen horror. So the answer isn't any dictator. The answer is a new kind of ruler. Not chosen by popularity, but by purity. Not elected for charm, but for character. What we need is a system of filtered power. Freedom for the wise, law for the lawless, voice for the honest, silence for the corrupt. A hybrid. Dictatorship in strength, democracy in vision. We need a guarded republic, not a free-for-all festival of fools. Democracy, in its current form, has failed us. It made the weak powerful, and the powerful silent. It rewarded noise, punished truth, and entertained itself into collapse. The future belongs not to the clowns who clap, but to the lion who roars. We don't need another leader. We need a dictator, not of cruelty, but of clarity. One who is feared by the corrupt, one who is loved by the disciplined, one who builds a nation that doesn't survive by votes, but lives by values. Democracy gave us a choice, but now it's time we choose strength. Choose discipline, choose order, choose a strong dictator.